Hallelujah will run into you on fire from the mercy in your eyes, and through the dark singing we are yours. Your love will lead us through the fight like stars in the night, stars in the night, stars in the night, lead us through the fight. It's much in the same vein as that Red Collective song, My Lighthouse. It's kind of weird. We both wrote these songs unbeknownst to one another, and then we were listening to them at the same time. We were doing some shows together in the UK, and we're like, what? We got a song kind of like that. And you did? What's your song about? Our song's about stars. And like, oh, our song's about lighthouses? You know, in stormy seas or whatever, the lighthouse is still there, still constant. And we're like, awkward. And this song is about stars. Now they're kind of like God's promises to us that never go away, even when the clouds roll in, even when we're sailing through stormy seas. And but lighthouses are only on the shore. Stars are everywhere. But that's very much what this is about. It's saying, man, even when the darkness falls, the stars shine all the brighter, don't they?
Yep.
And isn't that how God's promises are? You kind of don't even realize you need them until the daylight goes away. Until the clouds roll in and the seas get crazy. And all of a sudden you pull out that Bible and you start searching for some hope. But God's kind of saying, hey, you know, even if it's daylight, my stars are still there. And even when the clouds roll in and you can't see them, they didn't change. They're constant. My promises will never be wrong. And it's kind of annoying how God gives us promises instead of answers sometimes. You know what I'm talking about? You know, you're like, hey God, how come this happened? And he says, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. No, I want to know why that happened. I'll be with you always, even unto the end of the age. Are you avoiding the question, God? What's going on? And I don't know if you found this to be true, but as I've gotten older, man, I would much rather have promises than answers. I would much rather know that my God is who He says He is, instead of making me think that I need to know everything. And for instance, songs, we write these songs, and we have no idea what they're going to mean to other people. We just know what they meant for us. And this song kind of started because Jeff and I were like, hey, we wrote that No Man is an Island song. How do you get off an island? You know, get on a boat. And they were like, sailors are cool. Yeah. Sailors, how do they sail? GPS. And they're like, they didn't always, though. We didn't always spend all our time looking down at our glowing device, did we?
Yeah.
We actually used to look at each other. Sailors actually used to lift their eyes up and keep them fixed. And it was amazing. The very first person we played this song for was the girl who signed us to our record label like 8 years ago. And we were on a tour called Winter Jam. Anybody been there? And we finished the song in the dressing room and fully clothed. And she came in to visit. It was close to Nashville, and she came in the door and we go, oh, we just finished this song. You're not going to believe it. You got to hear this song. We're so stoked on it. And she put the headphones on and we all kind of sat there and looked at her awkwardly. You know how when someone's like, listen to this. And they just look at you.
Right eyes.
And it's awkward, right? And but at about a minute and a half into the song, we see a single tear just roll down her cheek. And Ruben and I were, oh, we made the label lady cry. They do have a soul. And so we're high-fiving. Yes, this is awesome. By the end of the song, she takes the headphones off and she doesn't say anything. She just kind of taps me on the shoulder and sort of nudges her follower, and I follow her out to the hall. It's super busy. The show's about to start. There's all these bands everywhere, and it's kind of chaotic. But she's sitting there in this little side of this hallway, just looking at me, saying, "Mike, you don't know how much I needed to hear that song, because there's something I've been wanting to tell you guys, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I'm pregnant. But you know I'm not married. And you know I've been divorced, and you know all I've ever wanted to be is a mom, and I had a one-night stand with an old friend, and when I found out I was pregnant, he told me to get rid of the baby, and I'm just really struggling because this is sort of a fulfillment of all my dreams. I just wanted to be a mom so bad, but now I feel like I can't even celebrate it because of what was done to make it happen." And I said to her, "Friend, don't you remember the stars? I mean, isn't that what we were just saying in that song? The promise of the star that says there's therefore now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus." The promise, that star that shines and says He will work all things together for good for those who love God, who've been called according to His purposes. Yeah, you can clap for that. Come on. It's beautiful, audacious good news that even in the very midst of our failure, we can always turn right back to God. We can get up over and over. And so the second verse, you see, I walked away from that conversation not sure if she really understood what I was saying, not sure if she was encouraged, but I had an idea. The second verse started with this. It said, "We fix our eyes on what we know is true, that there's no one more beautiful than you." And I thought, I could fit something in there for my friend. And so I erased those words from my journal and I rewrote them to say this: "We fix our eyes on what we know is true, that even in our shame, grace makes a way through." Even in our shame, grace can find a way through. And it did find a way through. And about 6 months after that conversation, she gave birth to a healthy baby girl named Virginia. And God has used it to wreck her life. See the grace of God. Yeah, come on, man. That's awesome. We want to bless you with this song tonight. It's called "Stars in the Night." I hope you enjoy it.